Well, to better understand what happened at the market yesterday, we have with us Ambrose Modion. Ambrose Modion is Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consultant Limited. Thank you for joining us, Ambrose.
Thanks for having me again.
Now, we see the market sustaining this gain as from Tuesday, of course, sustaining it. And we see that was led by the shares of MTN. Help us understand this trend.
Yeah, I said it earlier that the month of June, we expect a mixed market. Already started on a negative note the first 3 days of the month. Now, another first two on the new week, we're seeing a positive market, which is good. But investors look at when you see momentum changing for good, advise yourself what to do. Why? Momentum change on Friday. We have seen uptrends almost 3 straight days now. The market was down for almost 3 straight days the previous week because on the first, second, third, market was down previous week. What do you expect the market now? The bargain hunters enter the market to push the price of stock up. You as an investor or a trader, especially like I said, don't be greedy. Now that you have seen the market is going up already, those stocks that make small gain, take because the month of June, I always say in the history of Nigeria, is a mixed market. That means you have no opportunity, the market is running for straight 3 days, so it also, but there are some stocks that you already positioned, that this company has fundamentals that at the end of the day, so looking forward to see the half-year result in the month of July, you might have to take profit gradually, not selling down all your portfolio because you are seeing that company has fundamentals to support the movement at the end because price feed on earnings. If that information comes to, try to look at what is the company performance and the market to appreciate that company if, their expected, expectation was beat or kind of, exceeded. That is why every investor is looking at that half-year result. Now we are seeing this rally. I see that, it won't be a rally all through the week because this week we expect that from today even tomorrow, a little pullback because of profit taking. That means if you have made money, you don't need to wait because this is a month that says very dicey. Take your profit, enter for stock that are pulling back, and also for a company that has kind of, how I put it, a sector that has some fundamental news that made the company in that sector to outperform the market. Also, you start positioning that direction because when those news start materializing, so those company earnings will also be better to impact your price. You position ahead of what? Ahead of those numbers, decide how to invest.
But let's look at the movement in the index, especially for the first week in June, as you just said. We saw the increase, the year-to-date increase, increasing by 24.7%. But what do you think is driving this move?
No, actually, the markets before now, I would say that the high cap stocks from January to date have supported the market. And also, don't forget that the earnings of companies at first quarter also beat market expectation. And you see market reacting to those numbers also support the market. If you look at the trend globally, I'll tell you that our markets have performed a lot of African market and on the world in general because of what is happening in Ukraine and Russia. Most mature markets are oscillating. See some movement here and there. But our market has been an uptrend for almost 5 or 6 months. For me, it's a good one. Like I said, at this point, I don't expect market to go the way it was moving. It wants to slow down. The more it slow down, the more market gather more momentum that will push the price up. That's why when you pull back as a design investor or trader, look at those ones that at a strong support level, not positioning because the factors that push market are still very much intact. We're all looking forward to see what the Q2 number or half-year number in July. And at the same time, looking to see also the economic data that will come from kind of May inflation figure and others to come between now and end of June. For that, when it comes, it's going to also guide your investment decision on what to do.
So what's responsible for Transcorp being the most traded stock?
Transcorp being, for me, is one of the low-cap stocks. And also, the company has, for almost like 2 years now, has seen improvement in their performance. And now, as oil remains above $100, and Transcorp have also a business related to oil. And that also they're into utility that's into power. Whether you like it or not, you and I need light at any time. For that, we're seeing this thing reflecting on their numbers. For that, people are positioned at this low price ahead of more numbers that will come from the company. Especially, we're only just seeing the first quarter for the year 2022. That means as the market is expecting the second quarter results. When it hits the market, that also will change the face of Transcorp. Also, because also your share has also a good volume that you can do in and out. Because we traders, we expect a company that has volume that you can buy and sell without moving the price much. That is why also you trade. That is why the stock for me is a marketable stock. That is why every day must see Transcorp line up with the banks because of the volume and also the expectation of market players in the company.
But let's also look at the analysis of the sectors showing that the insurance sector and the consumer goods declined by 0.4% and 0.1%, while the banking sector jumped by 0.3%. I know you already explained the reason for the jump in the banking sector, especially looking at the current season we're in. But let's understand the decline in the goods, the consumer goods, and that of the insurance sector.
No, before now, at the end of May, you can see that the consumer goods is leading in terms of return for the month of May. I tell you that the month of May was saw a lot of price appreciation, which has also created value for investors in terms of money. You saw the life of Nigeria brewery moving from as low as 48 to almost 70, 80 naira. Also the same thing for Guinness, non-traditional brewery, champion brewery. When you see
even the telcos,
even the Cabri, all rally toward the month of May. For that, if you see them pulling back now, I'm not surprised because we want to take profit until we see the equity number to see if this trend will continue. That's why people are trying to invest. You don't see because the company is doing well, it's a opportunity for you to take money, to take profit. Now, in Nigeria, the only problem we have before now is profit taking, but I think we are changing narrative here in invest data. Know how to take profit at the right time. Not that you see your market taking you up good return, at the end of the day bring you down. No, because you are just following the market direction. Know when to take, because as you are buying a stock, you should have your entry and your exit strategy. Once you hit your target in terms of profit making, just cash away your profit and so leave something to run with you. That's why I'm not surprised that I'm seeing consumer goods price index, adjusting down, because it's better that.
So is there still skepticism when it comes to the insurance sector, because we see a 0.4% decline in that sector?
Actually, there is, but I'll tell you that because of the reform that's going on in that sector, I think there are a lot of investment opportunity. Well, because they are low price stocks, whenever they go or people say they come down, for me, it's just market oscillation and the market forces. Not that people are running away from it, no.
Okay.
But actually, also as an investor, when you are investing in such industry, the kind of leaders you also should target. Not all stock in that you should just play with, because most times you'll be hooked in that position. But there are some stock, insurance stock, that at any time you want to play them in and out. You have a volume and also a buyer and seller to do that. That is how to do. But for me, I'll tell you that what is happening in insurance now is just not something to panic for. It's just profit taking and also market sentiment.
And what about the industrial goods? We see the oil and gas sector closing flat. What's responsible for that?
Yeah, the movement in in step has supported that index to where it is now. Step is just slowing down. Actually, we have seen also, but we saw the life of Etana moving. But Etana, I saw yesterday that people took profit in Etana. Etana was up for last week. Now, even Monday this week, yesterday, that is the. But I believe that from today and the following day, we should expect that position is talking, but especially with what is happening globally, there's positive news for that sector. I believe that the Q2 number will also sustain that momentum we saw in Q1. If that is also happen and investors see it, it's going to change the face of those stocks. But the good thing is that let our investor here be very conscious of whatever that is happening globally has a way of influencing the market. That means if you go with the trend in the market here, also look at, because what is happening globally in terms of oil is going to go around the whole world. As far oil remains above $100, all those companies in that sector related will be making money from their business.
But are we leveraging on that as a country?
For example, now, even the cost of transportation is high as we speak now, that the people are still moving. You see, and the cost of what's it called, gas.
Cooking gas.
Whenever there's high increase in price of it, then automatically there's profit already in it. That's why I said those in oil, especially those in crude oil, especially the Wando and the Stapler that I took business. As far oil remains above $100, this guy should not tell us today. They should tell us this number they are doing.
Well, let's talk about the gainers for the day. We see Global Spectrum Energy Services leading the gainers with 10%, while Jay's Bank jumped by 8% to record the most significant gains of the day. What do you think is driving this increase in the shares of Global Spectrum Energy and that of Jay's Bank?
Yeah, actually before now, there was a set down in that stock, but we're seeing a change in momentum. But this momentum for me, I have to still watch, because I want to see the number coming from this company for a long period of time. We have not seen
you want to tread with caution?
Yeah, no, we've not seen a good number coming from them. But recently, we just saw kind of, how will I put it? I don't want to use it in a word that will be offensive. We just saw a number that just came. I want to see, will they sustain that tempo? Before we but it might rally, because also it put back to around the 2 naira or 210. Now it's going up again. But if you are kind of this stock, you have to also be very, very careful.
But what are your predictions
for stock?
Yes.
No, I have to take caution.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Looking at the losers now, we see Cortex and Cadbury losing 10% and 5.6%. That's to top the losers list. Help us better understand.
No, Cadbury is purely profit taking. This is a company that they adjusted for their dividends. Still, price was still going up. Now investors are kind of taking time to look at this number. Yes, Cadbury price has gone up. Do they have all it takes to support that price? No. If Cadbury product is very few, if there's anything that will hit any of the product line, will you be able to survive? Yes, we know that most of them in that space are, kind of selling outside the shore of Nigeria because of our devaluation in terms of naira. Coming into Nigeria to buy with any small dollar, our neighboring countries will give them a good value and also volume of the stocks of the product. But how long will they? Because I tell you, it comes like Cadbury that has just 2 or 3 product line. If you're to like stock like Nestle, Unilever that has multiple product line, I would not say yes. For this company, you have to play with very serious caution. Prices are moved from as low as 9 naira to almost 17. It's time to take profit. It
looks like you're telling investors to take caution with most of these stocks. Which can investors really boldly look out for?
No, if you can walk into MTN and sleep.
Okay, of course, we see that result in today's
you can walk into the net bank and sleep. Yeah. Usually, you are invested, they want to look for dividend. A company that their dividend is low compared to the price they are selling now. That means at the end of the year, if they maintain that price, they won't give dividend that support that price. They look for a company that has good dividend yield, and especially if you want to really edge against inflation. There are some sectors that should edge against inflation.
All right. So, what are your, your expectations for the day?
Yeah, I expect market to slow down because we have seen 3 days of uptrend. Yeah, that means market should slow down. But if you continue uptrend, fine. But I believe market should slow down on profit taking.
All right. That's a fine place to leave it. Thank you so much, Ambrose Amodion, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consultant Limited.